In the name of Allah, the most kind, the most merciful, we are again here with a new topic that is about headline hook prompt. You need to write viral content. So let's start with our topic. So today's topic is one of the most powerful skills in the communication, marketing, teaching, storytelling, and content creation. Is the art and science of writing hooks and headlines. A headline is not just a sentence. A hook is not just the first line. A hook is a philosophical door, and the headline is a promise. At the moment someone reads your hook, they are making a decision. They stop scrolling or keep moving. So here we will understand why that moment happens and why you design it and how do you design it with a purpose. So let's see the reality of modern attention. Let's start with the truth. We live in the most competitive attention environment in human history, where people scroll through dozens of pieces of contents per day. Similarly, with reels, there are lots of shorts or reel sessions. We see 100 plus social posts per hour and get thousands of notifications per week. So attention is no longer something people give. It's something creator earn. And what decide if you earn it? It's the hook. It's not the value, not the depth, not the meaning, not the camera, not the niche. It's always the hook. Because no one gets to the value if they didn't stop for the hook. This is why hook engineering is most important writing skill in today's world. Now we will see it. What is a hook really? A hook is the first moment a reader feels something they don't expect. That's it. A hook is not just a bold statement, or not just a question, or we say it's not a claim or a promise. A hook is the emotional interpretation or interruption that makes the brain say, wait, what, really? Tell me more. I wasn't ready for that. If your content starts like everyone else, people scroll like they do. But if your content starts with a pattern interruption or a curiosity gap, a surprising contrast, an emotional trigger, or a hidden tension, so the brain pauses, and that pause is everything. Now let's talk about the brain loves unfinished stories. One of the oldest scientifically proven principle in attention psychology. Humans are weird to remember and follow unfinished stories more than completed ones. This is why TV episodes ending pull you in just one more. This is why mysterious attract or mysteries attracts more attention than solution. A powerful hook doesn't give the answer. A powerful hook steps up the question. For example, if we say I wasted 5 years doing this wrong, this is the one thing I wish I knew earlier. Or we say I am about to show you something really uncomfortable. Or if we say they almost ruined my business. You hear the opening and your brain is already halfway inside the story. Humans hate incomplete information. We want closure, we want answer, we want resolution, we want clarification. So your hook creates the gap, your content delivers the closure. That gap is pure philosophical tension, and Humans are addicted to closing tension. So here we have the three types of hook tensions, that is knowledge gap, emotional gap, and identity gap. If we talk about knowledge gap, it's information tension. This is when the reader feels you know something I don't know. For example, if we say you are brushing your teeth wrong and it's costing you money, so it's a knowledge gap. People want to learn it, what we are doing wrong. Here I will show you it on your screen, these three types, so that it's better for you to understand. Give me a minute so that I can show this information on your screen, so you really know what we are talking about. We are talking about the three types of hook tension. First one is the knowledge gap. And here we have it. The second one is the emotional gap or the feeling tension. This is when the reader feels we felt something I have felt but deeper. Let me copy it for you as well so that you can see it on your screen, because we are learning effect more. As an example, we say I knew my life needed to change when this happened. Now we have the third type, and that's the identity gap. Wait for a second to show me you on screen. And here it we have. It's self-concept tension. This is when the reader feels this message is about who I am or who I want to be. So this is the identity gap. If we take an example of that, it's like successful people always do this one before 9 a.m. So each type of tensions tap into a different part of human psychology. It could be curiosity, empathy, identity, and when aligned all three, that's when your hope becomes unforgettable. For those who have joined us now, I welcome you all in this live session. Be the part of live stream. Give your feedback in the chat box. And are you learning something new from our live sessions? Give your feedback, and we appreciate it. So with that, we are moving towards our next topic, that is the hook triangle. Every high performing hook has at least one of these elements. And what are these elements? That are surprise, conflict, or reward. Now the element one, surprise, is something unexpected, unusual, or anything like that. And the second element is conflict. It could be a problem, mistake, tension, or contradiction. Then we have the third element, that is reward. That could be a promise, benefit, or curiosity payoff. A great hook might be built on surprise plus conflict, or it can be conflict plus reward, or surprise plus reward. So if I can show you this on the screen, these are the three elements that can help you to build a better hook for your content or videos, whatever you upload on any social media platform. So it must have these three elements of any one of these elements, or it could be a combo. So these are the hooks we have discussed till now. If we go deeper with the surprise hooks, these works because the brain responds instantly to novelty. For example, if we say I did everything wrong and it still worked, or we say here is the thing nobody tells you about XYZ. So it's a surprise hook. The brain is attracted to the pattern breaks the same way your eyes perks up when someone says your name is in a noisy room. Then we have the conflict hooks. Conflict triggers emotional investment. For example, if we say everyone says this work, it doesn't. If you are doing this, you are losing money. Or if we say this is the worst advice in my industry. So conflict creates anticipation, and the brain wants to see the battle. Now we have third the reward hooks. Reward hooks promises a payoff that activate desire. For example, if we say here's how I doubled my views in 7 days, or we say the 10-second trick that fixed everything, or we can say it a simple method to learn everything faster. So reward is equal to motivation. Your audience chases the benefit. Now let's check out the next topic, that is why humans can't resist hooks. Here is the deeper psychology. Because hooks trigger dopamine is not released by receiving information, it's released by anticipation of information. Hooks is equal to pure dopamine anticipation. Secondly, hooks activate survival systems. Humans pay attention to danger, conflict, new opportunities, or unexpected changes. Hooks uses that instant. Thirdly, hooks bypass the logic completely. Attention is the emotional first and rational second. This is why watch this, you won't believe this almost went very wrong. Works every time. Hooks exploit micro uncertainty. The brain hates loose ends. If you start a sentence and leave it open, the brain automatically want to finish it. For example, if we say that the biggest mistake I made last year was, you feel the tension, right? So this is the micro uncertainty. Then we have this 2 second rule. Most content has 2 seconds to earn attention. In those 2 seconds, your hook must be stand out, create tension, build desire, feel different, or feel specific, or it could be feel incomplete. If the hook fails, the content dies. If the hook wins, everything later becomes easier. Now the thing is why hooks fail. Most hooks fails due to these three reasons. It could be too generic, too complete, or too slow. Here are the 5 tips for success. If we say about generic, here we have the example of too generic hook. Let's say here are the 5 tips for success. Or we say I learned something today. Or we can say this changed my life. It creates zero tension, zero emotion, and zero uniqueness. If you talk about to complete, if you tell the whole story in the hook, there is no reason to continue. Here's the example of a bad hook where we say, I learned that waking up early make more productive. But if we talk about good hook, it would be, I hated waking up earlier until this one morning changed everything. Now user will be curious and want to see what changed. Now the third thing is too slow. You have 2 seconds. Long intros kill attention. Instead of saying today I am going to share something that helped me a lot over the years, we can say try, I wish someone told me this earlier. So it's short, punchy, and emotional. So these are the things that can help you to make a great hook or a headline. With that, we are moving towards the information gap. The information gap theory is the reason hook works. Now, what it means? Your brain hates not knowing something. When it feels a gap between what it knows, what it wants to know, it tries to close up the gap immediately. That creates a pull called curiosity tension. If you take a simple example of that, here are the 3 tips to lose weight. But if we say the biggest weight loss mistake people don't even know they are making, now the brain says, wait, what's the mistake? Do I make it too late? Or what if I am doing it right now? So curiosity activated. So here I am going to show you 3 information gap prompts. Let me show you on the screen. Wait for a second so that I can show you. Here's a prompt where we say write 10 hooks that create an informational gap out. Here we will give the topic. And in the second prompt, we can say write hook that teaches the lessons but don't finish the sentence. Then we have the third prompt where we say write hooks that make the viewer feel they might be missing something important. So these prompts help you create the informational gap hooks that definitely give the users attention. Now we are moving towards the threat to identity trigger. Nothing pulls attention faster than something that feels shocking, unexpected, threatening, or something like that, because the brain prioritizes survival and self-protection. You don't need to talk about the psychological or physical danger. Identity danger works even stronger. For example, if you say you are brushing your teeth wrong, your resume is killing your success, why your workout routine is secretly making you weaker. So why it's work? Because humans hate the ideas. I might be wrong. I might be unknowing, hurting myself. So the brain reacts immediately and want tell me the truth now so I fix it. So here I can show you the hook prompts about what we have talked about. Give me a few seconds so that I can show you these prompts that you can use to create your hooks. Here's the first prompt where we say write hooks that challenge something people strongly believe that. Then you can add the topic, or we can give a second prompt where we will say create hooks that expose a hidden danger or mistake, or write a hook that makes the audience question their current habits. So we will move towards the next topic, that is reward anticipation loop. People get curious when they sense a reward. That could be save money, save time, uh, gaining status, learning a shortcut, or avoid pain. If we talk about an example, here's the 10-second trick that makes your photos instantly look professional. Now the brain thinks it's easy, fast, and high reward. This is exactly how TikTok and YouTube Shorts explode. Here we have the prompts that are related to reward-based hook prompt. Wait for a second so that I can show you it on the screen. These are reward-based hook prompts you can use to create hooks or headlines for your videos or photos or any content you want to upload on the social media. So the first prompt is write 10 hooks that promise a fast win, or we can say write hooks that open with most people don't know this, but, or we can say give a prompt that hook that writes give the audience hope they can improve quickly. So here in these prompts the reward is involved, and people will definitely push towards the content so that they can make things better. Then we have the unfinished pattern. Your brain remember incomplete tasks more than the completed tasks. And here we have the example. When you watch a mystery movie, you want to know who did it, why did they do it, or what will happen next. So creators use this to force attention. If we see in simple examples of these hooks, it will be nobody talks about what happened after, or we can say everything was normal until, or I was about to quit when. So these are some of the examples of the unfinished pattern that create curiosity for user to complete watch complete videos or content you have created. Let me show you this prompt on your screen so that you can use it in your next hooks. So these are the unfinished pattern hooks, where we say write hook that start a story but stop right before the climax, or we can say it create a hook where something unusual happens and the viewers needs the explanation. So you can use these hooks for unfinished pattern. For those who have joined us now, we welcome you in our live stream. Give your feedback about the live stream. Also tell us what you want to see, and are you learning something new or any content you want to see in this live stream. We really appreciate your feedback. So let's move to the next topic, that is the social status curiosity. People are curious about anything that helps them look smart, feel superior, gain an advantage, or join an exclusive group. So here we have the example of that, where we can say what successful people know that most people never learn. Now the audience thinks, I want to be in that group. I want this secret. So this is a status-based curiosity. that would help you to make your content viral, and most of the people get attention of that. Let me show you prompts related to that. The first one is write hooks that give the viewers inside knowledge. Or the second prompt could be write hooks that suggest the audience is joining a smarter group. Where we can, in the third prompt, we can say write hook that reveals secret techniques, hidden rules, or experts' insight. Now we have the emotion magnets, because curiosity grows when emotions rise. Here are the top four emotional magnets that could be fear, awe, surprise, or hope. Fear means of missing out or fear of mistake, or it be something amazing or unbelievable. In surprise, it includes completely unexpected angle. In the hope, this could help you. So here we are talking about the examples of that. I tried this by accident and it changed everything. Or we can say nobody warned me about this. Or we can say this is simple, it feels illegal. So here we have the prompts for emotional hooks. Where we can say write hooks that use mystery or fear. Or here we have write hooks use disbelief or awe. Or write uplifting hooks that inspire hope. So these are some of the examples of emotional magnets, that includes fear, awe, surprise, or hope. Now we have curiosity psychology into prompts. Let me show you some of the examples of that. Wait, and it will appear on your screen. Here we have some of the templates of information gap, mystic trigger, fast rewards, unfinished stories, status boost, or emotion triggers. Content I am showing you, you can make a screenshot of that so that you can use it in future, or if there is some difficulty to learn about something, you can pause the video and watch the video from start as well to learn from the basics. So get the screenshot of that. I am not reading the whole templates just to save your time, and we are moving towards next topic, where we will create 50 hooks using psychology with a single prompt. And here we have the mega prompt that you can use. Let me show you on the screen so that you can watch it and save it for future use. Here we will say generate 50 hooks for the topic. Here you can add the topic using curiosity science. Use these categories as an information gap, fear to identity, reward anticipation, and unfinished pattern. Must include the status curiosity, emotional magnet. Make each hook short, scroll stopping, and emotionally charged. So this one hook can save you a lot of time and help you to create different hooks. If we take an real example into different niches. Here we have, I can show you some of the examples of hooks different used in different niches. So here we have for fitness. These are the three hooks. Then we have for money, beauty, relationships, motivation, and for business. You can take a screenshot of that or you can read it yourself. I am just saving your time, not reading the whole. Now we are talking about the proven headline formulas. Now why headline formulas matter? Even the strongest ideas fails if the headline is weak. Headlines determine, will someone click, will someone read it, or will someone stop scrolling, will the algorithm push your content. A powerful headline or hook is not about sounding smart. It's about triggering curiosity, clarity, and emotional energy in just under 2 seconds. There are hundreds of headlines frameworks, but today we are going to talk about some of them used by top creators, journalists, marketers, and YouTubers. So let's talk about the secret mystic formula. Let me show you on the screen. Wait for a second so that I can show you. This is the secret mistake formula, the headline models. The X secret, the X mistake that most people don't know. Now, why it works? This formula activates information gap, stop curiosity, like status curiosity, and identity threat. And people hate thinking they are doing something wrong and love feeling they know hidden secret. So this is why this prompt work. So here we have few examples of that as well. Wait for a second so that I can show you the examples. Here we have some of the examples of that, what we are talking about. You can see these on the screen. I am not just reading whole and moving towards the prompt. Here is the prompt for the formula, where we'll say write 20 headlines, use the mistake secret formula for the niche, and insert the niche, make the curiosity driven and problem focused. So now we are moving towards the next formula, that is how to with the twist formula. Now here we have that formula. Wait for a second so that I can show you. Here is the model. how to, and without. This is the most used formula in copywriting and white works because it promises a reward without pain or complexity. Here we have the prompt for it, where we will say write 15 how to without headlines for the niche, focusing on eliminating the biggest pain points. Now we have the formula this versus that comparison headlines. Here is the model. Now why it works because brain loves choices, comparison, and conflict. You automatically want to pick a side. And here is a prompt for that. Wait for a second so that I can show you the prompt. And here's the prompt for that, where we say write 20 comparison style headlines for the specific niche, make each one spark debate and curiosity. So hope you are learning something new about how to create hooks and headlines for your upcoming content. If you are learning something new, give your feedback in the chat box. If you have any queries or any feedback about our live stream, give it in the chat box. We would definitely consider it and make things better for you so that it would be easier for you to understand and learn new things. That's the purpose of our live stream. We are here to guide you and give you more information or knowledge related to AI world. Then we have the next formula, that is numbers plus outcome highlights. Here is the model. Let me show you on the screen. Here is a formula or headline model. X ways to or X steps to achieve. There you can add numbers. Now why it works, because number instantly stop the scroll because they promise a clear structure, reduce reading anxiety and increase trust. Here we have the example for it as well. Let me show you on the screen. Where we say 7 ways to build confidence at any age, or you can say 5 steps to create a viral hook. Then we have the example that says 10 ways to burn fat without equipment. Then we have the 3 rules for writing higher converting ads. So this way you can create users' attention or curiosity. If we talk about the prompt, that helps to generate us this type of hook. Let me show you on the screen. Here is the hook, where it says write 30 number list headlines for a specific niche ranging from 3 to 25 points. Make them actionable and specific. And then we have the model that says why no one talks about this. Here is the model, what we are talking about. Let me show you on the screen so that you can take a screenshot of it or it's easier for you to remember. Now here we have the model that says why nobody talk about, and why it was because they create fear, urgency, and forbidden curiosity. It feels like if others are missing this, I want to know it. And here we have the examples, and I will show you them on the screen as well so that you can understand better. Here we have the examples where we say why nobody talks about sleep debate, sleep debit. Why nobody talk about business loneliness. Why nobody talks about the real cause of motivation. Why nobody talks about fiber and weight loss. So you see how it works, and here we have a prompt for it. It's about write 20 why nobody talks about headlines for niche make it sound shocking and important. Now we have the next formula that says I tried X so you don't have to. So here we have the another model. And why it works because human loves experiments, results, and transformations. This formula also uses the story gap. You want the ending, and here is the prompt for that. Let me show you on the screen where we say write 15 experiment based headlines for a specific niche. Following the pattern, I tried X for Y days. You can add number here. Then we have the shock and reveal headlines. Here is the model for you. Where we say you won't believe what happens and when. Why it was because the formula triggers surprise, awe, and emotional tension. Your brain must close the loop, and here we have the prompt for it. Let me show you on the screen. Wait for a second. And here we have the prompt where we will say write 20 you won't believe headlines for specific niche, make them emotional and dramatic. With that, we are moving towards our next formula, that is what no one's tell you. Now where we have the formula, on your screen. That says what no one tells you about. This creates a sense of exclusivity and conspiracy because people love hidden truths. Here are some of the examples for that. That's it. What no one tells you about losing weight after 30, or what no one tells you about creative burnout. So these are some of the examples. If we talk about its prompt, here we have the prompt. Wait for a second so that I can show you on the screen. Here we say write 20 what no one tells you headlines for specific niche. Make each one reveal a myth or unexpected truth. So these are some of the formulas. There are a lot of more formulas, but it's not possible to discuss them here. These are some of the formulas that you can use to create your hooks and headlines. Now we have one mega AI prompt for what we have discussed till now. I can show you that on screen. You can copy it or get a screenshot of it so that you can use it in your future videos or content you are going to upload. And the prompt says generate 100 headlines for the specific niche using all 10 proven headlines formula. That could be secrets, mistakes, how to, without, or number list, why nobody's talk about pride, shock reveals hidden truth, problem and solution, and one thing. Make them curiosity driven, emotion, and short. So this is the one mega prompt that helps you to generate unlimited ideas. So with that, we are moving towards our next topic, where we talk about something important. Give me a second and we are going to start our next topic. Here we have the weak hook detector. How to know if headline stucks. A headline is weak if it's too long, too vague, don't promise values, don't trigger emotions, has no tension, feels like a school easy title, or could apply to anyone, not your audience. Here we have some examples of weak hooks where we say how to stay healthy, tips for better sleep, my fitness advice. These lack stakes, curiosity, tension. So this way you can know why your hooks or headlines are not working. So this is all about creating hooks or generating ideas. And we have showed you some of the examples. Hope you have learned something new. We will come back tomorrow. This is all for today. If you are learning something new, give us in the chat box. And if you want any improvement in our live stream, give your message in the chat box and we will try to improve it. We will say goodbye till now and we will come back tomorrow, same time, same channel.